November 1944. Deep in the Hurtgen forest, an American division is about to be wrecked, one of the worst defeats it will ever suffer. And it all comes down to a single cart track into a river gorge, the only road to a village called Schmidt. Rewind. The forest is a wall of dark fir, and Schmidt sits deep inside it. To take it, General Dutch Coda's Pennsylvania men must cross one narrow track down into the Kall Gorge and up the far side. Everything, tanks, guns, wounded, has to pass a trail so thin it barely shows on the aerial photographs. So how do you hold a town at the end of a road like that? This is the Kall Trail. It falls steeply off the Wassenack Ridge, crosses a single stone bridge at the bottom of the gorge, and climbs to Schmidt beyond. It is barely a farm track, and there is no other way across. November 2nd. The plan rests entirely on the trail. The riflemen of the 112th Infantry step off into the trees and start down on foot, while the tanks of the 707th wait their turn to follow them into the gorge. November 3rd. The infantry ford the freezing river and take Schmidt by nightfall. For a few hours, it works. Congratulations pour in, and Coda, against his own better judgment, admits he is beginning to feel like a little Napoleon. Then the tanks try to follow. The trail is a shelf cut into the gorge wall, rock on one side, a sheer drop on the other. The lead tank hits a mine. Behind it, 30 tons of steel begins to slip toward the edge. One tank plunges off the shelf into the gorge. Two more throw their tracks on the rock. Only 3 make it across. 5 disabled tanks seal the trail so completely that not even the little tracked carriers can slip past. In Schmidt, the infantry are on their own. No tanks, only bazookas. At the end of a trail, nothing can travel. They lay their few anti-tank mines on the hard road, uncovered, and wait. Beyond the village, the woods fill with engines. Fresh infantry and the tanks of the 116th Panzer Division are massing in the dark. By chance, the Germans had war-gamed this exact attack that very week, and they are already coming for Schmidt. Dawn, November 4th. The panzers come. The bazooka rockets simply bounce off their armor, and the tanks drive around the uncovered mines to fire point-blank into the houses. The line breaks. The men scramble back for the gorge. By late morning, Schmidt is gone, and the only way home is the same blocked trail. For 3 more days, they cling to Kammerscheid on the near lip while engineers claw the trail open under fire. A handful of tanks fight their way across. It is never enough. On November 7th, that perimeter breaks too, and down in the gorge, the wounded have nowhere to go. With the trail cut, the aid station becomes a no man's land, men bleeding in the freezing rain, with no way out. Then a German medical officer walks down to the bridge and asks for a truce to gather the dead. For a time, the guns stop, and both sides carry their wounded across the same cold stones. The Americans would remember it as the miracle of the Hurtgen. On the night of the 8th, they pull back across the Kall. Of more than 2,000 men who cross the gorge, only about 300 walk out. One cart track had decided it. And the prize that made Schmidt worth taking, the great dams on the Rohr just beyond, was never even reached. That is where the Americans would have to go next.